let's get started. You have 30 minutes, and if you have a lot of information, please demonstrate it. It will be very important for us. So let's get started, and we are waiting for a presentation.
Yes, we are ready to start. Hello, everyone. Today we are going to tell you about one of the biggest retail platforms in the world. And I would like to start with telling you about AliExpress in general. AliExpress is an international retail platform. Smarter shopping, better living is the motto of AliExpress, a site where shoppers can buy everything, from baby clothes to refrigerators to diamond earrings. The global online retail marketplace, part of the Alibaba Group, exceeded $4.5 billion in transaction volume and is now a popular e-commerce site in America and across emerging markets such as Russia and Brazil. Strategically, mobile is at the heart of its success. As you can see, annual turnover is more than $10 billion. Also, platform has more than 79 million of customers all over the world. 60% of all customers are under 35 years old, and AliExpress covers more than 200 countries and regions.
The story began in 1999 when Jack Ma, a Chinese teacher of English, persuaded his friends to start their own startup. Such a radical change in the field of activity was due to the fact that Ma received only $12 a month as a teacher, as well as to his acquaintance with America. A trip to the US changed the English teacher's life by 360 degrees. Ma's knowledge and enthusiasm were the building blocks on which the ideas and belief of the AliExpress founder were built. He recruited 17 people to implement his startup. That is why the project was named Alibaba Group. Since the new service was aimed at internet consumers, Alibaba.com was created to solve two important tasks. First is to create an environment that enabled medium and small businesses to enter the marketplace, the concept of business to business. And the second is to satisfy consumers' need for certain goods that could be ordered online, the concept of business to consumer. As a result, perspective and profitable projects began to quickly emerge. This include, for example, Taobao and Tmall. A little later, the idea of AliExpress emerged, which was to allow customers to sell goods for themselves and their friends in online stores. The emphasis was made on the fact that traded representatives of small businesses, small resellers who traded in wholesale and retail, focusing on buyers outside of China. Startup very quickly became popular and the level of sales and orders exceeded their expected limits. So talking about the development of the company, the first financial investments from interested corporations appeared right after the startup, which allowed the company to expand its activities and start working on other services. Um, their owners willingly invested in the Chinese startup Alibaba Group. Jack Ma transferred all the funds he received to the Taobao project, created as an analog of the eBay online auction site, and it happened in 2003. Among the peculiarities of the project are the following. The sellers had the right to display their goods for free in the store, no commissions were charged for sales. It was possible to create own stores, and the goods were promoted simultaneously on two platforms. Then in 2010, the company's management launched the service AliExpress in China, which was to become a base for wholesale purchases and sales for goods produced by small firms. But since the platform was a great success with customers, the direction of AliExpress was changed and expanded. After the Chinese and particularly global markets were mastered, the AliExpress project appeared in Russia and other CIS countries. AliExpress currently runs websites in English, Spanish, Dutch, French, Italian, German, Polish, Turkish, Portuguese, Indonesian, and Russian languages. Customers outside of the country boundaries for these languages are automatically served the English version of the service. AliExpress doesn't sell the customers in mainland China through most retailers are Chinese themselves. And in November 2020, India's government, under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, banned AliExpress and 42 other apps from China, and it's connected with political situation. Next is features of AliExpress comparing to other similar companies. Sellers on AliExpress can be either companies or individuals. AliExpress is different from Amazon because it acts only as an e-commerce platform and doesn't sell products directly to consumers. It directly connects Chinese businesses with buyers. AliExpress differs from fellow Alibaba or Taobao in that AliExpress is primarily aimed at international buyers. AliExpress is not an online store, but a trading platform where many online stores display their goods. Main advantages of AliExpress compared to other platforms are availability of seller ratings, ability to write reviews, a very wide selection of manufacturers, communication with the seller, tracking of goods, and low prices.
And now we will talk about confidentiality of information. In some cases, AliExpress asks to enter passport data and TIN. This is necessary for organizations such as customs, courier services, and various payment systems. AliExpress has its own privacy policy, which sets out all situations when, where, and by whom personal data can be used. It is very important for a company to maintain its reputation, therefore, it provides reliable data protection. They apply the necessary technical and organizational measures to prevent unauthorized access to AliExpress, maintain the correctness of the data stored, and ensure the correct use of the information they hold. As soon as they become aware of breach of data security, they will notify buyers and the regulatory body about this in the amount and time provided for the legislation on the protection of personal data. Contrary to popular belief, it is very safe to buy on AliExpress. In fact, it is probably safer than buying on eBay due to the buyer protection program. AliExpress guarantees that if your item does not arrive on time or as described in this listing, you can receive a full refund. In fact, you as a customer don't have to do anything. You are protected no matter what you buy on the platform as long as you shop directly through AliExpress. It is also safe because the system does not have access to the personal data of the payer, so only the amount that needs to be paid for the order is withdrawn from the card. The site administration closely monitors the payments of its customers and tries to control the sellers put up quality goods for sale. If this does not happen, then the buyer is protected. The administration makes sure that the funds are returned to their intended purpose.
Let's move forward to the principles of platform economy. Let's start saying that AliExpress is an open platform ecosystem, has an open platform ecosystem, because AliExpress resembles a regular market only on the internet. So hundreds of thousands of sellers rent a point of sale on the site and provide their goods to buyers. Those in turn can contact sellers directly. So everyone may become a seller or a developer. Next point is that AliExpress is a web-based organization. AliExpress is a global online retail marketplace which has a mobile platform, even mobile app. As an access-based business, AliExpress provides a platform for buyers and sellers through direct communication, shortening the supply chain. AliExpress itself doesn't sell anything, so the web acts as an intermediary and protects the buyer. In particular, it gives a guarantee that the goods are delivered in accordance with the agreed period and they will correspond to the description. Then there is also a network effect. The more people join AliExpress, the wider the usage becomes. So the Alibaba's state mission is to make it easy to do business anywhere. It can only achieve this by leveraging others, uniting an ecosystem of many different parties to serve unmet market needs. Next characteristic is competition. There is a wide range of sellers who are competing with each other, providing similar products. At the same time, they are cooperating in frames of one platform. Talking about platforms and sharing, we may say that AliExpress is a commercial sharing platform it was actually mentioned above that AliExpress provides platform and regulates disputes in some circumstances. And we may identify the model as B2C. Actually, AliExpress positions itself as B2C platforms, so the typical buyers are consumers. Let's move to describing advantages and disadvantages of this platform. First, advantages, and the first point is about regulations and safeness, because regulations toward the control of payment method and fairness of delivery advertisement contest is quite high, which shows that the company is in constant process of developing the safeness of usage of the platform. Next point is easy access to service, small price and the widest choice of products and sellers. Developed customer relationships. AliExpress has a diversified system of relationships with its customers. There are three main customer segments: Chinese companies and entrepreneurs, international companies and entrepreneurs, and advertisers. So there are 24 not advantages yet, disadvantages. Thank you. So there are 24/7 call service, email alerts, events, exhibitions, apps, and so on. Next point is help local companies to succeed. AliExpress gives a great opportunity for businesses which just started to operate or already have established a brand in the country or of a region to enter a new market without high expenses and to measure potential demand for the products they produce. And one more benefit is attraction of completely different customer groups in completely different countries. So buyers, sellers, entrepreneurs, and advertisers. Now let's describe disadvantages. The first one is presence of fake sellers and fake products, which is obvious. Next, high cost for platform services. Main cost of AliExpress in China include marketing, platform maintenance, and administrative and general expenses. There is no actually guarantee of income. There are two main revenue streams of AliExpress. These are pay for performance, advertisement, and commission and transport, which AliExpress receives by sellers who should pay commission for transactions settled through Alipay. Then, underdeveloped logistics system. Sometimes the price of delivery is the same or even higher than the price of the item. And moreover, if customers ordered items from different sellers, they should go to the post office every time the purchase came. And we also may name weak adaptation of the platform to the foreign countries, especially talking about Russia. Actually, the translation into Russian is made automatically and no one checks it. So sometimes while reading the description of the product, it is impossible to understand what it is.
So now let's talk about the type of the platform. And I will talk about like levels of centralization. The first one is functions of platforms. We suppose that it is in medium level. There is space for interaction and also trust building services. The second one is interactions between users. It's also medium, and because it's mediated by the platform, it's not like a social network. That's why it's medium. The third one is level of standardization. It's also medium. There are different products standardized rules of services. It's understandable that this platform like has its own rules, which sellers should do. The fourth one is trust. Its level is high and it's created by the platform. output control, its level is low. It is exerted by participants. Economic parameters of transactions is also low, as prices are also set by participants, I mean sellers. Types of resources is also low. It's a very wide range, and intrinsic model of payments to the platform is high because there are commissions for the sellers. And to sum up, we would like to say that nowadays AliExpress is a global virtual trading platform that provides an opportunity to buy goods from manufacturers from China, as well as Russia, Europe, Turkey, and other countries. Products on this site are sold at retail and in small sales, as opposed to wholesales Alibaba. And product information is automatically translated into different languages. The site is ranked as 32nd in the list of the most visited web resources in the world, according to Alexa. Here you can see resources, and thanks for your attention. That's all for now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Financial Services, you're welcome with your questions.
Please, can we repeat?
Something wrong with your voice, Angelica. We can hear you from time to time.
Yeah, could you please send in the chat your question if you have any troubles with the connection, and we will see here and prepare an answer.
Yes, of course. Let's wait.
Yes, we need a couple of minutes to prepare. I think we are ready to answer the question. I think that the main competitor of AliExpress is eBay, as the business models are the same. The main difference is that there is also an auction model on eBay. Also, some eBay products are not sent to Russia, and prices are generally higher than on AliExpress. Another competitor to AliExpress is Taobao, but this platform is more oriented to Chinese customers, and also website of this company in Chinese. Uh, Also, we can mm, say that Amazon is also competitor, but the principle of work differs. Uh, Amazon has a central warehouse of the company where the goods arrive before being sent to the recipient, and on AliExpress, each seller does this independently. And if we were talking about Russian market, um, then we can mention Ozon or Avito. Sure, the volume of products much less than in AliExpress, but maybe reliability is higher. I think it's all about competitors.
Okay, thanks for an answer.
Yeah,
Uh,
the
s-
next one, please.
yes, next question. So you mentioned in your disadvantages that you had the issue with logistics and especially regarding the time of delivery. In your opinion, would it be relevant or actual to establish storage facilities around the globe to maybe fasten delivery and therefore improve services? Would you elaborate on this?
I'm sorry, your colleagues are having troubles with my connection. Could you please repeat again your question, just for me?
Okay, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Right now, okay. And so you've mentioned in your disadvantages that AliExpress has issued with logistics, and they are pointing out the issue regarding especially the time of delivery. And in your opinion, would it be relevant or actual to establish storage facilities around the globe in few places to fasten delivery and therefore improve service in general? Can you elaborate?
I think we're ready to answer this question. First of all, it is important to mention that AliExpress doesn't directly sell products to customers. That is why, particular AliExpress doesn't have storages. So this is another system. AliExpress is a platform which allows sellers to present their goods and products in order to offer these products to customers. That is why if a seller has a storage in not particularly in China, it would be possible to shorten the time of delivery. Also, nowadays AliExpress is available in Russia, and Russian sellers can present their products on AliExpress. That is why the delivery may take much more less time. And I think that's it.
Okay, thanks.
And the last question. One second. Uh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. All right. How does this platform deal with unprincipled retailer shops and maybe solve widespread laws measure that help AliExpress to retain attractive and popular for both shops and buyers? And I can share this question in the chat.
Thank you. One minute, please. Actually, AliExpress has a number of measures that they can take in the case of dishonest sellers. First of all, AliExpress will return the money to the buyer if he faced scammers or simply unreliable sellers. And secondly, AliExpress blocks dishonest sellers, and as a result, they can no longer deceive anyone. And the second part of the question, to maintain reliability among buyers, you need AliExpress need to ask buyers to leave reviews. This will help to identify good or bad sellers in the platform, and because the lower the rating of the seller, the lower it is in the search. And it might be also be useful to introduce some fines as punishment for fraudsters so that there are fewer cases of fraud. I think so.
Thanks a lot. V is at all.
Okay, thank you very much. And when the second team is preparing their question, I want to make a short comment about your question. Thank you very much. And I like the second one very, very much. The question about competitors, the first one, sorry, about competitors. And for me, it is a very big issue why there is no competitors, real huge competitors to AliExpress because you have told about Taobao, about Ozon, but Ozon isn't a real competitor because of it is not the platform. There is the other nature of this structure. Ozon is just e-commerce. It's not a real platform that connects customers and firms. And why do you have any ideas why there is no competitors? Maybe there is the role of the government, the role of macroeconomics factors, or something else. Why there is no clear competitors for AliExpress now? For example, on the Russian market. Maybe do you have any ideas?
Is it question for us or like for everybody, for all?
No, of course, it's a question for your presentation, and
Okay.
because you know a lot about AliExpress as listed now,
Okay.
and maybe do you have any ideas? It is open question because I don't know the right answer, and I think that nobody knows. It is any decisions. No, so I, I don't have any clear answers. So your
Maybe,
ideas.
maybe it's Wildberries and Ozon in Russia, in Russian market, I mean, because it's also like retails, big stores, and in this website you can find like anything, and also these businesses are um, B2C models, have also B2C models like AliExpress. And it's if we talk about Russian market.
Yeah, right. But my question was a little bit different. So I will add that there is an absolutely usual situation when there is the firm that works on the very wide market on delivery everything from the China. And the second step of development this system is when it creates a lot of competitors that works on the smaller markets, for example, delivering beauty goods or delivering any computer things or a lot of others, and making these shares of the market smaller, making the shares of the market smaller and creating a new firms leads to making a real competing a market of a lot of competitors, and it is absolutely usual situation for market development because the, it's normal when there are a lot of firms. But AliExpress is only the one example of this in this situation, and I don't know why, but there are a lot of um, not so clear decisions in governments, in relationships between Chinese government and the company. When the government helps AliExpress because it provides the great opportunity to improve sales into the other markets and to get a lot of cash. And absolutely the same situation is between the Russian government and Wildberries. If you will research this issue, you will understand that Wildberries is the best one player, not only because it has a great inside process, a great infrastructure. Not only they have a lot of not clear, I will say, not clear issues between the relationships with the government, but it is absolutely clear that government sometimes helps these players to achieve any goals. And this is the way of real huge firms, that real huge platforms that exist now. But of course, we couldn't concentrate our view on this issue because it's not the most important in this case. More important is how they work now and how could we use it and into, for example, other areas. So thank you very much. And now we're waiting for the second team with their question.
Okay, we have three questions, and the first one, um, it's obvious that many producers sell fake things under the famous original brands via AliExpress, and it is a violation of the author's rights. Who is responsible for such violation, the platform or the seller? I can duplicate it to the chat if it.
Team number one, good team. Did you get it?
Yeah, we got it. We're just thinking. Give us, please,
Of course.
some time. Okay, we may say that AliExpress is primarily a platform where you can find products with low price, often not a very high quality, as you know, actually. And this is assumed and should be expected by buyers when they order something from China. So AliExpress has an agreement with sellers, and all the details are spelled out there. Each seller must provide a certain set of documents, such as a certificate of conformity, ownership, a trademark, and so on. And the seller also has a rating, which was mentioned above during our speech. So AliExpress is just the platform which not combines, but which unites the seller and the buyer. And of course, mostly it is the responsibility of the seller to provide the product of the high quality, as like it is in the interest of the seller to be in the high rating, because if you are not in the high not in the top of the rating, you are not viewed by customers. So the seller is responsible, even don't look in general in the situation that AliExpress is responsible for resolving some well, I believe I answered this question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. In presentation, you noted such an aspect help local companies to succeed as a plus. Does it mean that you believe that the absence of certain requirements of the seller, other than age of the seller, is a positive trend? But shouldn't the company care more about the customer and the quality of the services provided?
Okay, give us a minute, please. Well, actually, it's like connected with the previous question, as far as I understand, and we didn't actually say that there are no regulations for sellers at all. And as I have already mentioned, that there are agreements with sellers, and so in all details, and each seller must provide this documentary, and the seller itself is responsible for selling a product. So all sellers value their rating very much in this documentary and this trust from buyers, and they are not interested in the customer being unhappy. So taking into account these conditions, we may conclude that attracting local sellers is a positive trend, if you mean this. Am I right? And I also said that quality of the product is not the main, the primarily thing that AliExpress is worried about, as it could be worried, because it thinks about this authenticity of the product, and
Well, could you please just in a few words say what do you think about the trend of decreasing the requirements for firms and increasing number of goods? Is it the positive trend, or it leads to any market crashes or something else?
well, of course, in general, when we're talking about this, if there are a lot of products and the majority of them are not of the high quality, of course, it can't be a positive trend. But talking about AliExpress, I wanted to say that the main purpose of this is to sell a high variety of products which you can't find, for example, in your city or even in your country for the given small price. And it is not the concern about quality too much, because it is not the philosophy of this brand, as we may think about other brands who are really thoughtful in these circumstances. So I think
Okay,
it's a
but
yeah,
it's not.
okay.
It's not. Thank you. And the last one, please.
Yeah, thank you. I sent it in the chat. Do you think such retail platforms will become monopolists in their field because they cut costs for stores and more businesses will prefer it? Or can it also be profitable to work independently of a large corporation?
I think it's a very like controversial issue because, for example, in the Russian market, AliExpress has already occupied a monopolistic or simply like quite large part of the market. I think many customers ordered various things there for personal use and also for the offer of goods in their stores. And it turned out, sometimes it turns out that even if a person bought a product in the counter of the store, it was mostly likely bought on AliExpress. And I'm not talking now about big net stores. But it is also should be noted that China now has an advanced economy and businesses there are very successful, on the world stage. I think that China's population now is 1/8 of the world's one. So I think that because of these two reasons, when we're talking about world's economy, of course, AliExpress has all opportunities to become a global monopoly. But the controversial side of this issue is connected with a trend for high quality things now that are made of natural materials and so on. And AliExpress has a reputation of a store with uncredited items. And the question is how long this trend will last. So I can't answer on this question very strictly because there are different controversial issues, as I said before.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I think that the last question was very interesting because of it is about the customer's loyalty and about that not only about the monopoly, this monopolies issues. It's about that how companies will build the strong relationships with their customers, and that all the digital platforms that works on this market, such as AliExpress, like the best example, provides all the opportunity to crash this collaboration between firm and the customer and decrease the level of customers' loyalty. Because of that, the main role of the final, of the ultimate firm in this case is to not to only makes the benefit by selling all the goods on the platforms as creating great relationships by the collaboration, direct collaboration on their websites, on their with their salespersons and a lot of others. So this is the issue about the customer's loyalty, and about that it is real dangerous for the firm to concentrate all the activities only on the platforms. So thank you very much. I think that you win this debate, but the last question was really interesting, and I think that I will add one score to the financial services team. So there is a little problem because I didn't get your presentation on my email yesterday. If you send it, please repeat it again, send it me again, because
Sorry, but
maybe.
we are social platform, not financial.
Oh, I'm sorry, social platforms. Sorry, I have seen on the previous list. Yeah, social sources. I didn't get your presentation, and if you sent it me yesterday, please repeat it again. Maybe I had any problems with my email. It's possible. It's real possible. If you have any question, please ask me. If you don't have, see you again next week. And please don't forget to send me your presentation. It's important because this is the issue of two scores, 2 points of your final score.
Excuse
Okay.
me. And as for group transport and delivery, have you received our presentation or not?
No, I didn't get anything.
Okay,
But
I'll send you now.
yeah, please
It is
send
done,
me your. Yeah,
of
okay.
course.
Please send me your previous one email, because sometimes it's happened that you send me something and I didn't get it. It's possible. It's possible, but of course it's my fault and the fault of my Gmail post. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. If you have any question, please ask me. If you don't have, see you again next week.
See you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you, goodbye.
Thanks.